What is going on, everybody? Chris here, and I just had a filling, so some things I say might sound a little weird because half of my tongue is numb right now, but I'm gonna do my best. We are on the latest full self-driving update 14.1.3, and great news, a lot of you are also receiving this update. It is not going wide, not everybody is getting it, but a lot of people I've seen all over X and YouTube, search YouTube, are getting this update. And having experiences with it. So we're going to check it out here in a new area. We're actually in Rochester, Michigan. That human just hit a curb over there, which is great. Also, the reason I started in that parking spot is because it's a one-way lane. You have to back out and then go as the car did. Not that I thought FSD would mess it up, but just to see, as I'm setting up my cameras, no joke, a human backed out all the way, turned around and went the wrong way down the, down the one way. It's just so funny to see all the human mistakes as you're watching FSD. Oh man, I hope my tongue gets better before this video's over. As you're watching FSD do all this stuff. So, as we go down here, I'm gonna talk to you about some of my experiences with this. So, nice right turn there. We're in standard mode. I will do a Mad Max video eventually where I'm only on Mad Max, but it's so fast, and especially in this area, I know cops around here are pretty strict. I don't want a ticket, I just don't. So I have to be kind of in a mindset where I'm willing to risk getting pulled over to try Mad Max. But we'll probably keep it on standard for most of this video. I've been switching, honestly, between standard and hurry. And for reference, in version 13, I was always on hurry, 100% of the time, unless on the highway because it would get stuck in the left lane. But off highway, 100% hurry, and it still wasn't usually fast enough. Standard is usually fast enough for me. Sometimes I need hurry to bump it up a little bit. So just for frame of reference. And then Mad Max for me has been like, if it's busy and there's a lot of cars, I'll use it because the lane changing is kind of interesting, but the top speeds, if the roads are empty, are just far too high for my comfort. So a couple things I've noticed. Well, one thing I've noticed for sure is whenever I set up for these videos, this isn't going to affect most people, but hopefully you can see here, it's grayed out at a stop. And as of now, I can only add 8 stops, sorry FSD, to my route, which for testing can be annoying. I usually have around that many. I don't know if this got implemented this update or I just haven't noticed, but I can't add more than 8 stops, and I definitely used to be able to. So if you want to add more than 8 stops, that's different at some point. The braking. So version 14 has brought with it really quick decision making, really good perception. But with that, it brought really fast decision changing as well, where it would think, okay, I can go, no I can't, yes I can, no I can't, and over again really rapidly. Like within a few seconds, the car's deciding to either go or not go or whatever it's doing. So like that lane change, some braking here, it's hard to convey some of the stuff on camera, but that's what version 14 brought. Now the negative of that is the first version 14.1 was bringing this brake stabbing, I was calling it, where you'd come up to a stop sign, you'd stop, and then you'd start to go, but the car would rapidly hit the brakes on and off several times in a second. So it would start to go, and then like that quick, you'd get these little brake stabs, and you can't even always see it on camera. You won't even always see the miles per hour change on the screen when that's happening, but you can really feel it, and the brakes were really harsh, really rapid over and over again. Well, then we got 14.1.1, 14.1.2, which were just bug fix updates. Nothing has changed in the release notes yet. And the brake stabbing for me got better. It didn't 100% disappear, but it like 90% disappeared. And the like 1 or 2 times I felt it in those previous versions, the stabbing was much gentler. So the car was still trying to brake over and over again, but it wasn't this really harsh braking. It was like, okay, I'm gonna brake. No, I'm not. Like, really, hopefully that makes sense. It was more gentle. Well, now, just this morning with this version, every stop sign I've experienced so far, the car has been indecisive. And it's hard to get across on camera. Let's see if I can turn in here. I was gonna continue, but because of these cones, I'll see what it does. Sorry, I'm just looking at the signs and stuff. The best way to describe it is imagine you're driving and you're at a stop sign, you're like, okay, we're good to go. Oh wait, no, we're not. And then you're like, oh, okay, it's clear. I'm gonna, wait, hold on. Okay, now I'm good. Oh wait, no, I have to stop. Like it's like it's doing that over and over again really rapidly. So that was the worst I've experienced it yet. Well, version 14.1 was a little worse, but This morning on my drive out here, the stop signs were just horrid. It was every single stop sign with red lights, or like with the blinking red light, no blinking red light, with other vehicles, no other vehicles. So that's annoying. On top of that, what I find funny is every time, you know, we kind of find these bugs or whatever, we'll just continue here. That was a nice park job. People immediately are like, oh my gosh, we're never getting this version. There's bugs. You showed it park crooked in the parking space. Tesla's never going to send it out. I got to remind y'all, we have no idea why Tesla does what they do, when they do what they do. It just kind of happens. Previous FSD versions have been far worse than what we're experiencing here and have gone to all customers, right? I do think Tesla is at a point where they don't want to send out a stuttery mess to the masses, because there are people here now. Let's watch this. Let's see. So we'll stop. And are we going to just... This is... Okay, there's a car approaching. It's turning. So let's see. We take off. Okay, this one, it didn't happen here. I think there are people now, and it wasn't like this maybe a year or 2 years ago, that are not nerds like me sitting here filming a video, or you watching the video, sorry, but you're obviously interested in. This is interesting. Let's see how it handles this. Nice. It waited for that car. It saw that it was clear. I handled that really beautifully, actually. People that are not enthusiastic, let's say, about FSD, they just see an update on their car, they update it, they go, whoa, this self-driving is so cool. I can put on my makeup, or, I can kind of relax while I'm driving, or, whatever. I can eat a sandwich, whatever people are doing while they're using the software. If people who aren't enthusiastic and following updates and like, oh, I'm on version 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, get an update like this, and 4 out of 10 stop signs, the car is, hitting the brakes, they're not going to be happy. And they're just going to go to Tesla and be, hey, what's wrong with my car? On the other side, I get the people who are enthusiastic and want the updates. I think that those people should definitely have this. I think you guys would be into it. I was getting a little annoyed this morning because the braking and the weirdness of the stop signs was happening so much. But yeah, I just want to throw all of that out there. Outside of that, I haven't had any safety anything, I don't think, in all of version 14. My main disengagements and kind of interventions and stuff that I've shown in videos is just parking. The parallel parking isn't very good. It doesn't get close enough to the curb. And a few times I've just had it park either in a handicap spot, or it parks in between 2 spots. I saw that one time. Just kind of weird stuff like that. Not anything with like going to hit somebody or hit a vehicle or, going crazy. So yeah. And then from that aspect, I guess I'll add the Mad Max portion. I do still think the car is very safe when it's doing its Mad Max thing. I just think, for me, I don't want a ticket. That's my main thing. So let's see how this stop sign goes. Here's where it's going to do it. Watch. Okay, that guy just literally ran the stop sign. So that's great. And actually didn't stutter at all, even though that guy ran the stop sign. Interesting. Okay. I don't want to park here. Let's see. No, I don't want to park here. Keep going. Ooh, this is a weird parking lot. Let's see what happens here. Slow. So it didn't continue, so we shouldn't park here. Wow, this is pretty tight. But this is, we're going through the ATM. Oh, let's see if it's going to stop us at the ATM. Let's see, just because it's here, if it'll just stop. Look, it's stopping at the bank ATM. No, it doesn't roll through. Okay, cool. That's so funny. I should have rolled the window down to see if it would have stopped. Okay, our next destination's like right there. I'll try to change it when we get through this stop sign. Last thing I'll mention that I keep seeing comments about that people are asking, the blinking on the sides here, that's aftermarket, that's enhanced auto, that's with the commander they have. It gives you a lot more functionality out of your car. Not an ad or anything, I wanted to throw it out there and tell you about that. Oh, there we go. Oh man. Ooh, hopefully you could see that. It was just like really slamming on the brakes there. Oh, I don't want to, well, let's see. Let's see if it'll go in this parking garage. It parks on the street next to the parking garage. No, don't really want to do that. All right, so we're gonna have to make a left. Ooh, this is gonna be tough. And get into that left turn lane over there. Or did I say make a left? Make a right. Get into this left turn lane, which, okay. Not bad, not bad. Whoa. Yeah, it's indecisive here. Really not terrible. It's really not that bad. I would never turn in here. I wouldn't even know that you could, but obviously you can. So nice job on this one, FSD. And I think I'm good on parking. We'll keep doing parking as the video goes on, but let's get this out of here and continue on to our next destination here. So it may still park. It does seem to kind of get parking stuck in its head. This is a pretty, again, tight little parking lot here. That truck says they want to turn right. Nice job. Wow, it's being so smooth now. Like, I would have expected that golf cart coming out to have the thing hitting its brakes like I experienced earlier. But right now, maybe it was the sunlight or something. It's hard to say, you know, exactly what the problem was. So that person is pointing at us, and FSD is not continuing, and then she just moves up. So she's like, this fool, I pointed. Why didn't you go? So it's finally going for it. Wow, it did actually calculate that. It wants me to touch the steering wheel. It did calculate that gap really well. Oh my goodness. I was a little unsure we'd have enough room to like get fully out of that lane to our right, and it did really well with that. All right, and then we're able to easily enter this left turn lane. Very nice. And we were fully in our lane. We weren't blocking the other traffic at all whatsoever. So I would say that was handled really well. I think maybe my hat is messing up the eye tracking. I did also put my mic on my hat today, so if it sounds a little different, that's part of why. Because just when it's on my seatbelt, it's always making this noise, and I couldn't figure out a way to get rid of that. We should be, there you go, there's the green. And as we make this left turn, got to tell you about today's sponsor, Delete Me. Thank you so much to Delete Me for sponsoring the channel for so long. Very important service in my opinion. Your information is being sold online by data brokers. They collect your personal information like your name, phone number, email address, home address, where you work, family members, and they sell that all over the internet. And that can unfortunately lead to identity theft, phishing, and other scams. Well, if you request it, they actually have to legally delete this, but it's a burden, it's a pain, and Delete Me will do all of that for you. They will go to these data brokers, find your information, and get it deleted from the internet. So they save you lots of time. I've been signed up with Delete Me for over 2 years now, actually, and I have personally seen my information deleted from these websites. In my opinion, a very important service to get your personal information deleted from the internet. So huge thank you to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. Make sure you check out, as we do a terrible parking job, check out the link below. You can save 20% on Delete Me just by using that link. So thank you once again to Delete Me for sponsoring this video. We're going to correct that parking job. There you go. Still, that was pretty bad. I mean, it should have been able to just pull into a parking spot. The parking job now is fine. I like the distance from the other car as well. You can see there, but it's kind of weird that it even needed to do that. I've seen it correct a few times like that, but it's really rare. Most of the time, FSD is immediately pulling into parking spots and in one go. Even if it backs in, it's usually, as we saw earlier in the video, just in one go. So we'll wait for this person to pull out here. And I'm going over to the post office across the street. I can't remember. I did an FSD drive down here a long time ago. And I don't remember what, but I remember FSD really messed up the post office. I don't remember what it was, but that's why I added that into the route here. So that person's turning right. They don't have much room because of our positioning. And FSD kind of picked up on that and like tried to move out of the way. That was actually really nice. I guess it would have been nicer to just have the correct positioning initially, but it's okay. Oh, I think FSD came in the wrong way last time. It came in the one way, the wrong direction. So looks like it did that correctly, and a nice pull in here. And then we'll let it park. Yeah, so that's a perfect park job right there. The easiest parking you can do. And then I just wanted to add one little thing here. I just want to go in this neighborhood because I want to check out some of these stop signs. And then we're going to get back on the main road. The main road, it's just mostly going to be a straight road, but it's very busy, and I have it doing a left turn off of it, so that'll be tough. Man, this thing just goes, man. You hit that start self-driving, my goodness, and it's just like, it's pulling out. The thing that's nice about version 14 is it feels like the software, the full self-driving software is always running. It's always thinking. It's always, nice job over that grate. Put it right in the center. I don't know if that was intentional, but it felt good. The FSD software is always doing its thing, analyzing the roadways, driving the car. It just isn't in control until you hit the button. And it's like as soon as you touch that button, it knows what it wants to do already. It's not like it boots up and then looks around and says, okay, here's what I got to do. It's already doing it. You just got to kind of hand over the control. Oh boy, this will be a nice, difficult left turn here. Yes, I've done this many times and it sucks. This is just a busy area. I'm surprised they have not deleted this left turn, to be honest. They made it a right turn only because it's tough. You have cars parked to your left, so that obstructs your view a little bit, and then those trees also can obstruct your view, although a lot of the leaves are off of them. And then you have a decent amount of vehicles coming from the right as well. There is a middle lane. We'll see if it uses that middle lane. FSD doesn't normally do that, or at least it didn't used to. And then here's the other thing. This guy, if someone comes up on your right, they block your whole right view. So let's give it a minute here and see how it does. So here's what I'm talking about. I have somebody to my right, so I can't see. This person in front of us turning left, so we couldn't have proceeded anyway. And we'll just keep waiting for a long time. This is it right here, right after that car. Okay. Hey, I mean, that was the first opportunity for sure, and it took it. I mean, that was really good. It could have used the middle lane, I believe, one time before that, but I mean, I think that was fine. All right, so no big deal with these vehicles to our right. Barely even biasing in the lane. Stayed pretty centered. Felt great. All right, so we're gonna wait for this pedestrian right here. Very nice, as I change my stuff here. So yeah, I don't know. The stop signs as of now are feeling pretty good. These are the stop signs I really wanted to try out in this neighborhood. This is where I feel like I'd see it, especially if we can get a nice pedestrian interaction. But the brake stabbing, doesn't seem to be happening. So my only guess is that it was the sunlight this morning. But it was, shadows, no shadows, trees, no trees, full sunlight, no sun, I don't know. But this morning it was nonstop and it was brutal. It was awful. So let's check out this last stop sign here and then we'll get back on the main road. So there's our 0. Yeah, I don't know. Felt great. So we got a no turn on red here, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., which obviously is right now. So we get our 0, and let's see. So FSD does make full, complete stops to 0, and it's creeping out, and it's going to make the right. Is it? Okay, there's a car coming. Let's see. Yeah, it did. It made the right turn. So there's. Oh, please don't pull me over. Okay. So I reported that. So come on. All right. Good job stopping for this yellow. I don't know, y'all. I thought so somebody showed me an old video of Elon that I forgot about. I mean, not that old, from 2024 or something, where he was talking about the version 12 update and how it had neural nets and blah, blah, blah. And he talked about sign reading, and he basically said, well, it's not like it exactly. It boiled down to, it doesn't need to, quote unquote, read signs. It sees the patterns like AI does and then can mimic them really well. So the pattern would be, every time you see a no turn on red sign, you don't turn right on the red, right? But obviously, what we just saw, it's not reading signs in any capacity, no matter how you want to phrase it. It's not recognizing, it's not doing pattern recognition of having a no turn on red sign means you don't turn on red. So it just made, that illegal right turn for something so simple and so basic. It's not an edge case. It's also not dangerous, right? Don't get me wrong. No turn on red is there because people do dangerous things, and the AI is a lot better at looking out for pedestrians and cross traffic and all that. But the fact is, it shouldn't be doing that at this point. The car is so smart. You can feel it, the way it moves around, the way it drives around. the way it stops and brakes for the most part, outside the, you know, the brake stabbing, it is so smart. And then does something dumb like that. It just kind of, I don't know, kind of spoils it. All right, for our first stop here, I don't exactly know what's here. On the map, it actually showed like a dirt lot. But I just wanted to have to turn left on this busy road, which we got a red light, so it was an easy left turn. But okay, we will end this and we'll go to our final destination. We're gonna end it at GameStop today. And see if their car can do that. So we're going to continue down. It's just straight, but this road is pretty hectic and busy. Let me turn on Mad Max for the rest of this. What are you going to do here? Let's see. Hold on. Oh, don't turn left out of here. That will suck. What? Are you going to park? Okay, so it wants to park. That's fine. Yeah, the software just kind of sometimes can't get it out of its head that it wants to park. It just has to park. It is parking in the order pickup. For Starbucks, we know that it can't read signs. We know that it doesn't obey special parking, you know, like limited parking for hotels or whatever, handicap spots, stuff like that. I selected T-Mobile as my destination here, not Starbucks, so there's no kind of smartness there. Okay, so we pulled out. It looks like that person was also pulling out, and FSD saw that and kind of reacted to it. Oh, see, there's some braking for nothing. There you go. That's kind of what I'm talking about. It's just so caught. What is it? It's going the wrong way. Oh, this is, oh no, it's not a one-way parking lot. Oh, do not turn left out of here. That's gonna suck. Are you even allowed to? No, this is a right turn only. There's no right turn only sign, but just the way this is shaped, you can kind of tell. Oh, look, it changed its mind. It's going to turn right. Wow. Whoa. So again, that's where we kind of, do you really need a sign? I don't know. It could see the shape of the road and said, yeah, you don't turn left here, you turn right. So let's see how it handles this then. So this lane's closed. It's going to just go up here and turn around, you know. Human could do that. Kind of silly that it couldn't just, whoa, getting away from that guy. Oh my goodness. That was also really good. It saw him peeking out and was like, whoa, buddy. So we're going to use the McDonald's to turn around. Wait for this guy. Don't cut them off. Oh, maybe you do. Yeah, let's go. No. Oh. I don't know. That was weird. It looked like he wanted to back up all the way so he could pull out, but yeah, that's what he did. He went forward and pulled right out of there. So pretty nice. All right, as we get this green light here, I did turn it up to Mad Max. This is a scenario where I think it could be interesting. It's going to do everything in its power to pass all these people. So the speed limit here is 55. It turns to that in a second, unless I changed it. It's 2 lanes. It's going to be pretty congested, but we should see the car make a lot of lane changes to try to get around all of these people. So there's the first one. You can feel it accelerating up to the hearse there. So FSD has decided to go more towards the middle of the parking lot. I would just use this light to get into the parking lot. It's just a little simpler to kind of wait for the light to turn green and then you can go. You can do this. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just, again, there tends to be so much traffic in this area that I find this isn't always the best move. But I'm glad it's doing it because I want to see it do the hard thing. I don't want it to do the easier thing. Yeah, we can't do it yet, but after this one. So you could tell it was kind of prepping to do it because the people in front of us went, but there was just one more car it had to wait for. So, I mean, it did good. It did good. You know, it didn't have much of an opportunity to screw up, but it could have screwed up in many ways like the human in the front almost did. So, getting into this parking lot. Like this, complete stops and these parking lot stop signs that aren't even legally enforceable drive me nuts, but hey, it's Mad Max mode. It can go 75 in a 40, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, I'm joking around, but it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that they want it to go that fast, but it can't roll a parking lot stop sign that's not even a real legal stop sign. Yeah, that's fine, you know, that's okay. Super intelligent robot car, you know what I'm saying? All right, and there it is. What parking spot are you gonna pick here? The very first one. It is pretty good at picking out the first parking spot. Oh, not the handicap spot, no. Oh, one. Oh, awful. No. I've seen it so many times not pick the handicap, like pick the first non-handicap spot. Now I have to move immediately. I'll let it park, but just park. That's the other thing I'm noticing. Let me show you guys something real quick. Here's something else I'm noticing that I do now. FSD stays on as it's parking for kind of a long time. So what I've noticed I do is FSD is running, right? So imagine it's parking right now, and I go like this, and I take off my seatbelt, and I get this every time, but watch this. With FSD 14, you put your seatbelt back on, and it'll just continue driving. Isn't that cool? All right, hope you enjoy this one. You'll see me in the next video.